use what's called an IP phone, so through the computer, and I basically call my family every day on their cell phone. Over. Torben, I miss a lot from home. Of course, I miss my family, but a couple of things I miss about home is I miss the weather, and I miss fresh food. Over. Yeah, that's a wonderful question, and I felt a little bit overwhelmed. It was hard to believe that I was actually in space and getting to see the Earth from that vantage point, so I think overwhelmed is the best way to describe it. Over. Boy, there is a lot of science going on board ISS right now, and I'm floating right next to one of my favorites, and that's veggie, which is some plants that are growing right here in the Columbus module, and we have lettuce that's growing, and so that fresh food that I was talking about, we're going to get some soon. Over. Elise, I love that question, and yes, they do behave the same way in space as they do on Earth, but some things don't, such as water. It behaves much differently up here on Earth, and our bodies, they also change a little bit here in space. Over. Tyler, that's a great question as well, and we're getting ready to do that, and that is on Wednesday next week. We're going to go out and do a couple of spacewalks, and then, of course, the other most dangerous part is getting here and coming home. Over. It's funny you asked that there because it smells pretty much normal in here. But you don't get those smells. Over. Jack, that's one of my favorite things to do up here, and that's to exercise. We actually have 3 pieces of equipment, a machine that we can lift with, another one, a treadmill that we run on, and then also an exercise bike. And we do that every day while we're up here. Over. Scotia, another great question. We actually have a lot of equipment on board that we can treat people right here. And then the other thing we have access to is even if there isn't a doctor on board, we have people that are trained, and then we can also call up a doctor on the radio. Oliver, you never stop training to be an astronaut. In fact, I started back when I was in school like you guys all through college. You know, you don't know you're training for an astronaut, but all the things you're doing now, all the studying that you're doing now are helping prepare you for the time when you might get to be an astronaut. So we've been doing it quite a while. Over. Ella, that's another great question. There's quite a few side effects. One, our muscles and our bones will get weaker. We also have problems that are happening with our eyes, your fluids, the upper parts of your body, and also what you're weakening of your muscles and your bones. Not so much. Over. Between those two, you can conquer just about anything. Over. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about being an astronaut. And so, you know, some days we're doing maintenance, some days we're going out on a spacewalk, some days we're doing science, and so it's always different, and that makes it a lot of fun. Over. The most awesome thing I've seen in space, Rory, is the Earth itself. It's pretty incredible, and sometimes you have to go away from something to realize how special it is. Over. the things I love is being able to talk to kids like you, and I think it's great that people are interested in it, but the other thing that I love about being an astronaut right now is getting to float. Over. Foods are different this year. They are all prepared in advance, and so some are dehydrated, some are irradiated, and so that fresh food that I talked about, we don't get a lot of that, and so there is a little bit different taste in the food up here. Over. That's a tough one, Doug. I think it's hard to believe that in the past for most of the astronauts, you have to have a STEM, so science, technology, engineering, math background, but all of the other classes are just as important as well. Over. Oliver, I think that's a hard one. Probably what surprised me most about it is just how much fun floating is and how you can get used to living in this environment where there is no up or down, and so you just kind of get used to when you go into a module and you're doing something, you put yourself in whatever orientation you need to get the job done, and you don't even realize that at the end of it you may be standing on the ceiling. Over. ISS, it was great to talk to you today. Thank you so much. Wonderful questions, and I hear you guys are big fans of space. You have a couple of amazing astronauts from your local area, Chris Cassidy and Jessica Mears, so thank you for calling and asking questions and being interested.